voice all over the places. He hopes to never give up on his dreams to bring joy. And even the facts with his last podcast every week. And stream with his friends to bring that energy like big booty claps. He never gets angry, but sure can get scared with innocent.
Okay, let's see if everything is good to go. Hope we are all live. This is the BearThoughts Podcast. We do this every Friday at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time for those who are new to the channel. And if you want to be live in the chat, I always welcome everybody. I'd love to see more people in the chat someday. But we've been doing this for well over, we've been doing this for 4 or 5 years now? How many years have we been doing this?
We've been doing this for a minute.
It feels definitely like that. But yeah, give me a second. I'm just close a few things because
I think it's closer to 3 than it is 5, but yeah.
Okay, let's see. Give me a second here. All of those things, and hopefully everything clears up. All right. Yes, but as always, I'm the Gruffies of Bears. Nice to meet you. We got Corvo Ninja and the Distant by Self Dev Jade in the channel. So if you ever want to join in or add into the conversation, I always welcome everybody here. I have put out a new video, if anybody's not seen it, about Witch House.
Okay.
I thought it was all
so
tier,
the date,
but it's not all tier.
The date is October 30th of 2020, you said? Yeah, 4 years.
4 years. Okay, so
going on 5. Going on 5 this October.
So yeah, close, very close. It's crazy knowing how we've done or how long we've been doing this. So let's see. Let's make sure everybody's yes. D&D
you said you're just a tad low, but I'm good.
Okay. Let me go ahead and turn myself up. I don't know why he's bidding me so low, but it is what it is. Okay.
Said.
But yeah, if
Botrix has correctly joined the channel.
Video is called, or the manga's called, Witch Hat Atelier, which it doesn't look anything like that. My dyslexia really hit me hard on that one. It's not all tier, it's atelier. Apparently that's a French
you are
word
soft.
or a word that describes a certain form of teaching, I guess. But it was a really good manga. Apparently they're going to be releasing an anime, which is going to come out in it was delayed. It was supposed to come out this year, but it's actually not going to come out next year. Everything's getting delayed because reasons. Yay! Everything getting delayed. I don't know if you've been, because I know you. You're all over the place when it comes to certain TV shows and so on. I am actually super low. But for some reason, a lot of anime's been coming out, and so many episodes come out, and they just stop 1 week. Like mid-season or like 3-4 episodes in, and then it goes like 2 weeks or maybe more sometimes before the next episode comes out. And I don't know what's going on, but like several episodes or certain animes I have been personally watching has been doing that lately, and I really wish I would know what's going on. I'm like thinking maybe production or the studio's having problems, but I never heard anything about it. You ever had the experience like that? Like you watch a TV show and the season's not even complete, and they just stop it out of like nowhere, and then nothing for weeks or if not months.
I can't say that I've had that happen to me recently. I mean, other than like Delicious and Dungeons, because they were popping an episode every fucking week with it, and then suddenly it just stopped. And when I mean stopped, it stopped.
Yeah,
I've heard nothing, seen nothing, know nothing.
I know the manga's still going, but yeah, I have no clue why it is that way. And I have a certain ones like Mage of Water or something like that, a water mage, and it's gotten to episode 5 or 6, and it just stopped. And it's already been like over 18 days, so technically 2 weeks or so, and still nothing. I'm going, I haven't heard anything about the studio having problems. I haven't heard like anything happening like crazy, and it just no episodes. I'm going, well, like that one time for the studio that made Kobayashi Dragon Maid, their studio caught on fire, but that's a couple of years back. But like that was like mid between seasons, so it didn't really stop their production for that anime specifically. but anything else they might have been working at the time was entirely halted, because I imagine it's already it was burnt up if they had like any in-house I would say digital assets in-house that they had it on the server and they got burnt up too, or if it was all sent off land, because most of these stuff nowadays drawn is digital. So yeah, I don't know. That was a bit of a rant right there. I know. I was just thinking about it because I was hoping to watch the next episode today, and it's like, oh, still nothing. I'm like, great, I really like this one. I read the manga a long time ago.
I'm not gonna lie. Right now, I'm binge watching I guess you would call it a comedy murder mystery.
Yeah.
And laughing my ass off because some of this shit's just funny as hell. And granted, a lot of people watched it long before me. I waited a long time before I tried to watch it, but it's called Only Murders in the Building.
Okay.
And I've been laughing my ass off at this shit, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I should have watched it when it came out because it's it's a murder mystery. Like you're trying to figure out who's doing the killing.
Yeah.
But it's in a comical way, I guess. And it's got a couple of really good comedic actors that have been in a lot of comedies over the years in it. And they crack me up because these two guys have acted together a lot over the years. I mean, they've got like a rapport with each other. That's how much they've done different things together, and they get me tickled. And then to know that they're doing these parts at the age they are, but the third person in their group is like a 20-something.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
funny because you get the comedy between the two of them, and then the comedy between the age gap between her and them, you know?
Okay. So it's Murders in the Building, right?
Only murders in the building, yes.
And it's airing on
I don't know what it's airing on. I have it another way.
Okay, well, look it up, and I'm sure you can find out where it's airing on, so you can watch it yourself if you're interested.
It's pretty funny to me. It's not the greatest thing. Hulu and Disney Plus is where it's airing.
Okay, so yeah, I just say mostly mine is either on Crunchyroll now, since they are. That's pretty much only where you watch it legit, at least in the States. You can watch. I don't know if we ever talked this before. How do you feel when certain seasons of anime is bought on several different platforms? So if you want to watch the entire season of a certain anime, you get the subscription to 4 or 5 or 3 or 4 different networks, television channels online to be able to watch all the anime.
I dislike having to swap between the different streaming services. I do. Obviously for monetary reasons, and also because I don't like having to go from Netflix to Hulu to HBO to whatever. But I also understand that when it comes to the people that are producing it, just because this one company said we'll do the first season doesn't mean they're going to do the second season. So they may have to sell the rights to air that second season on a different platform. You know what I mean? I get it business wise, but I also hate it as a consumer.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like I get why it happens. I just hate that it happened. Like,
because like when Netflix first came out, Netflix was blowing up because pretty much that was almost your one-stop shop for television shows or new things coming online. And you could watch a lot of old TV shows and old movies on Netflix and have one place to buy. And that's why it really blew up, because it was just pretty much everything combined. Everybody got away from televisions because, well, in order to watch this you had to go to this channel, but you had to have this package. But if you didn't have that package, you didn't have that channel. But this package had this channel, but it's everything you wanted to watch. But you needed, in order to watch that one, you'd have this and that, and like all these different packages for these different channels. And commercials was, selling point as well. So it's like, man, get rid of the commercials. I can go watch just the show I want to, all in one place. And now that there's 12 or more so different channels online, I call them, but subscription based, then we all have to just buy all of them just to watch just one anime. Like, for example, Pokemon. I don't watch Pokemon no more, but Pokemon was like episode 3 or 1 through 3 was on like Netflix, but episode like for some reason like 4 or 7 was on Hulu or something like that. It's like, what? Why are they in different places? They should all be one place. They bought the rights to all these other seasons of Pokemon, but like this one season, what was on this other platform? You gotta buy that platform? You want to watch that season?
It's because the originating company didn't buy the rights for that season because they found something else they wanted that season, that year, and the other company's like, well, fuck, we'll buy it.
Yeah. So, and I was like, I used to like, I can't believe I'm forgetting, Funimation. When Funimation came out, all the anime was there. All of it was there. I wanted to watch anime, right. I went to Funimation. And I could watch all my anime dubbed or subbed. But then Crunchyroll came about. I'm like, okay. And then they started having different seasons of anime. But then Netflix started buying anime. And Hulu started buying anime. And I forget the other one. It's such a P. But yeah, like several companies started buying different animes. And then they had their own exclusive animes. I'm like, I don't know, for my consumer brain is like, I just want to go to one place and just watch my anime. And I don't want to go to everybody else to watch it. And like right now, with the Demon Slayer movie coming out, and this is where I'm coming all, all this surrounding about. If you want to watch a new Demon Slayer movie and you want to get early access, you gotta buy Crunchyroll. But not just Crunchyroll like the regular stuff. You have to buy the Supreme package, the Master package, in order to see early access of Demon Slayer 1 day in advance. You get a ticket and like a metal chain. I'm like, you really need that? That big old expensive package just to see early access to Demon Slayer 1 day in advance? I don't think it's really worth it. That's why you buy regular Crunchyroll and be patient and get it the day after. Yeah, we're gonna wait 3 days. They're gonna be on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're gonna go on Monday, so technically on the 4th day. And we're gonna see an IMAX. Hopefully, this IMAX is actually IMAX because the last one we went to, nothing close to it. It was just a regular screen with high definition, without a full the full. I wouldn't say 180, but like the full span of the eye. But yeah, we're gonna see it on a Monday, and hopefully it's gonna be good. We're hoping that this theater won't disappoint us, and we will see them all in IMAX. And they were saying, because we were like all worried about it online, because we were hearing this over and over again, like buy your tickets early. Buy your tickets early. They're gonna be sold out if you don't buy your tickets. And days already start. Day one of the pre-order of the tickets, which is not until September. That's why I was asking you, are you going to buy your tickets early? Are you concerned about it? Are you going to be like, I'm just going to wait to the day of or a couple days before and then I'll buy it?
Yeah. We haven't decided yet, but if the question is, can we? Oh, definitely, I can buy them early.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about that. And it's just more along the lines of, will we and what's going on? Because we've got hit with some information we weren't privy to until a couple days ago. It appears our oldest has an opportunity. We got to go to a meeting and see what they say about it before he decides whether he wants to do it or not. But
yeah,
apparently next year during the summer they're taking a 13-day trip to Japan.
I heard that. I had a conclusion that was coming about. Okay, so he doesn't want to go if either me or Stealthy can't be a chaperone. But if we can, he does wants to go. So we have to go. We're gonna go to the meeting. I
I can go.
Not unless I quit.
I can go because I'll have the vacation days.
Yeah.
I can go with him if they allow me to be a chaperone, one. And two, we got to find out what the price point's going to be for that trip. Because according to them, according to what we were reading, the tickets that they're talking about buying encompasses everything. Flight there, flight back, hotels, tours, food, the whole 9 yards while you're there.
Okay.
We just don't know if the price we seen online is the price the school's gonna get. Because if the price we seen online is the same thing as the school, there's no way. If it was just him going, maybe.
Yeah.
But if he's not gonna go without me going with him, there's no way.
Okay. So is it a tight chest situation for why he's going? Or is that something that you can divulge?
No. It's a summer trip for their class.
It's not for your class. It's an opportunity.
It's an okay, let me rephrase that. Stealthy corrected me. It's not for their class. It
Okay.
is an opportunity that the school is helping present to them for something to do during the summer for 13 days.
Okay. So this is kind of like hey, we're offering you a vacation.
Well, kinda, because what it does is you fly out there,
Yeah.
you have your hotel, you have your meals paid for, all in the ticket, right?
Yeah.
You have transportation, all in the ticket. But they have an itinerary set out, like some tours that you're gonna take, and some places you're gonna visit, and things that you're able to learn about while you're there.
Okay.
I guess it's kind of like one of those situations where they're trying to help. It's like it's kind of like if you're not from the U.S. and you fly here to go to St. Augustine, you're learning about history and culture and shit like that, and you take tours and stuff. It's
Yeah.
kind of like that, except for with this ticket, everything's already mapped out, paid for, and scheduled for you. You just have to fucking get on the plane.
Okay. Because I was thinking like maybe it was like for maybe his music or one of his classes, and it was like maybe it was like, hey, if you're interested, you could be, I forget what they call them. We take two students and swap places.
An exchange student.
Yeah, like maybe like that kind of situation.
And I think it's more of a. I think they're telling them that it's an option in the hopes that they're gonna want to go to learn about a different culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's what it's more about.
Well, me, you'd be like, okay, I want to teach Japanese in my school and make that itinerary. Let's find some kids that are interested to see maybe we can start that in a class format, and then go, hey, because like for us, my school, I really remember, like I remember the year we had an exchange student. There was a Japanese girl, and then like almost that same year or the year next, we started having Japanese classes, and I was going to take a class, but then I was pulled out of it because I didn't do a great job in American history, because honestly, I find it very boring. But if you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it as if I'm going to be some Adolf Hitler, which is never going to happen. But
it's an opportunity he was presented with. If you want me to be honest, I think the likelihood of him actually going is kind of slim, just because I don't know how easy it will be to be vetted to be a fucking chaperone for a trip like that. You know, it's different when you're going, a couple of nights away, and back in the country, but you're talking about vetting adults to be chaperones to fly across the fucking ocean to a totally different country with your children. They're going to be a little bit stricter on it. And I love think these that podcasts. There's going to be people with a lot more of this.
Yeah.
Wanting to do it than me. So they'll probably get it. that's not to say that if I can afford to go and they tell me I can go as his chaperone, that I won't go.
Yeah.
But it would be interesting.
Honestly, if I was him and if I was in his position at his age, mind you, I would have been like, "Yep, let's go." If my family could have afforded it, of course. You know, back in the early 2000s, my family at that juncture, he's in high school now, right? Or going to high school. I can't remember. Is he in high school?
Started high school this year.
Yeah, mine would have been like, yeah, we probably could afford it, but they wouldn't have. But I would have been like, yes, let me go. I don't really care if my family with me or not. But I just don't see him being that big of an advocate of going without one of you because, well, being around a bunch of strangers that he barely knows or kids, like, no, I want my family with me because, like, this is pretty much a vacation. I want my mom and dad to be there because, you know, like, I'm a fan, but they're really a fan, right? Like, they're I would say mega fans, but I know you love Japanese culture as much as I do. So it's just
I know. I think I think his big thing is that he's never done anything like that without one of the two of us. Not that I won't let him. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, if we go to the meeting and they tell me, I'm sorry, you can't be a chaperone, but he changes his mind and says, Dad, I want to go anyway, watch and see if I don't move a fucking mountain. The motherfucker will go. Okay? Because I hate to say it, think it would be good for him. From an aspect of being in a situation where letting him learn to be more confident in himself around people without us.
Yeah.
But two, it's an experience that I would not deny him. Yeah. I couldn't do it. As a father, as someone that loves my child, knowing what I know about the time that I spent there, there's no way in hell I'd tell him no.
Yeah.
The only way it would be no is if I just cannot somehow make the money happen.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's going.
Yeah, I don't think my mom would have cared if she had the means when I was younger, but it was the other one that I had to really convince, and there's no way in hell at that time he would have.
The difference, I guess, with that is me and Stealthy, we grew up differently. Her from the aspect that there were severe limitations on what she was allowed to do like that.
Yeah.
And me from the aspect that they just didn't have the money to do it. And so early on, when we had kids, we made the decision together that if a situation like this arises, even if we can't go with them, if they really want to fucking go, the answer's not no. The answer is let me figure out how to fucking make it happen.
Yeah. Which is great.
I don't want my child to miss an opportunity that can enrich him unless I don't have any other means.
Yeah. So like, okay,
it's like him choosing to play cello. That was not something I had budgeted or Stealthy had budgeted for the year, but guess what? His cello rental has been paid. Yeah. He's in the fucking class and he will be playing cello this year.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. So let's just put an experience here, because like for me, it's not just about going to have an personal experience, right? It's or going over there and seeing stuff that if you're a personal fan of the culture, you understand it too. But or you enjoy the culture, you want to go over and see that culture. It's also to go over and open people's eyes. I think more people need to do this because they get so stuck in a bubble, and that's in America even. Like from one state to another state, it's entirely different. Like from Mississippi to Alabama, it's different. From Louisiana to Mississippi, it was different. And I would dare say it was from Mississippi to New York. The culture and the life and way people think and do is different. California is the same. In California, people way they think and do things is totally different. Go to Japan, and people have this grandeur mind of like this place, awesome place. It's a wonderful place, mind you. But there is some bad stuff or some not so pleasant stuff in Japan. And people need to open their mind and open their eyes to that reality that, yeah, it's a different culture. They have a different way of things. Take what is the good side of that culture and embed that to yourself, and then take the bad stuff and try to overcome that. And even Japan has some really bad things, and some people get that mindset. It's like, oh, this wonderful place. It's not wonderful. It's nice. It's pretty good, but does not mean it's like the best place on earth. Just like America, it's not the best place on earth, but there's some good stuff and there's some bad stuff. And if you're stuck in one state, I even dare say the same thing. You're gonna pretty much be grown up around that state. You're gonna see is that stuff and only that stuff, and not realize there's an entire different world just across the border. And
Said,
people don't realize that
it can be wonderful, just
older in
like
life.
USA. There are bad areas and places to be.
Yes. So I think it's great for kids to go expand their mind in other cultures and see how they think and why they think that and experience that firsthand. Like, first thing I noticed about Japan, it is clean. Everything is so clean. When they wake up in the morning, first thing they do, they start cleaning. They get outside the house, start cleaning the area, their businesses. They're clean people. They have all their trash organized. You better see any trash cans anywhere. Why? Because they want you to take it home, sort your trash, recyclable, not recyclable, so forth. And then like you sort that stuff out of it is, if you have large stuff to throw away, well, you have to pay a lot of money and then order and schedule a time for pickup for that trash, like for large scale items, which costs a lot of money to do that. Because like they're limiting their landfills. It's like that's a lot of hassle, a lot of paperwork, and a lot of money just to throw away like a table. You literally have to schedule a time for them to pick up that table. So you're throwing away, like it's already bad and ruined, whatever. So yeah, it's a big old hassle. But that's what they do in Japan. The States, you want to throw away a chair, you used to throw that thing by the curb side, so either someone will pick it up, or the trash people will pick it up, throw it in the dumpster and crunch. That's it. Done. But people don't see that. They don't know that. So yeah, I say it's oh my God, people on kick. So yeah, learning different experience, I think it'd be a good thing for kids. Promise most people can't afford it, so problem. So
Yeah.
he's to learn the cello. What is okay? I'm not a musical buff person, you know that. I know like the trumpet.
Here, let me send you a picture of a cello.
Yeah, 'cause my brain is going cello. Okay, so while you're doing that, for anybody ever has kids, and I know this sounds weird, oh, why would I want to put my kids? Have your kids learn a music instrument, any musical instrument. I say this for one reason. Studies have shown that those who learn any language, including musical language, helps expands one's mind and helps them be able to learn easier. So learning a musical instrument can really help the development of a child's mind. So any instrument is a great thing to do. Even if they're not interested in that instrument, try something. I didn't pick up on any instruments, and my dyslexia was probably a good cause and reason for that. So, okay, so, that big thing. What? I thought that was, okay, so, why did you choose that?
That's
Or
a
is it just because
cello.
you thought it was cool? It was cool.
No, that's just he didn't want to play a violin because his brother's playing a violin, and he didn't want to play a double bass because a double bass is bigger than that.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to play a viola, so he went cello.
You feel like you're speaking another language to me.
Viola is kind of
Yeah, what's that?
is like, here, let me do this.
Yeah, you're speaking languages and that. See, I've seen people take the cello and use it as a bass. Like doom 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 doom. I've seen people finger strum that thing before. So I recognize it, but then I forget. Oh yeah, it's also a stringed instrument, as in He uses the string to.
All right,
to-
so what I just sent you from left to right
Okay.
is violin, viola, cello, double bass.
Okay. Wow, that just get bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah. Okay. Why do I
The
look at
first
this and go,
two-
El Kabong?
First two are handheld like this,
Yeah.
and they play on a treble clef. The second two are the larger ones that you sit to play or either stand to play if you're playing double bass in some cases, and they're on bass clef.
Okay. So I'm just assuming here, the bigger it gets, the more higher the sound, right? It's like I always think it's low.
Deeper,
because
deeper,
deeper.
deeper,
Yeah.
deeper bass, like bass sound.
Okay.
Deeper
So,
bass.
well, but deeper is also the high octane, and the lower bass is the.
No,
Lower octave.
lower octave is deeper.
I always
Higher
thought it was
octave,
opposite.
higher
Okay.
octave is treble.
I always thought it was opposite. I was like, always.
Nope.
Again, I didn't learn any musical instruments. I was always the opposite. Okay. So he's going for the more bass sound, and the older is where I forget.
The younger one is doing the more treble higher.
Yeah.
The older one is doing the more bass lower.
Okay. So they're gonna have both sides of the sound. All right,
Yeah,
and then you have the trumpet.
You have a treble and you have a bass, and then when it comes to me, I can play treble or bass clef. I play treble with like my trumpet and cornets and stuff, and I've played some bass clef with bass and yeah.
Yeah,
I did some treble with alto sax.
Yeah, so your kids are expanding your, I would say your band, but they're expanding their idea. They're not following in your footsteps. But I want to play the trumpet like my dad, or the saxophone, or nothing like not no brass instruments.
Either one of them would have played trumpet, but instead of getting band, they got strings and or orchestra,
Oh, okay.
which is this. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed with how well the little one's doing.
Yeah.
The oldest one should be bringing his cello home for the first time next week. But he was supposed to bring it home today, but being that he didn't feel well, he stayed at home with me.
Gotcha.
So that'll be next week.
Okay. So yeah, good on them. But I'm glad that they're expand
And then
their mind.
if you're like stealthy, you can read treble and bass at the same time because you took some piano lessons.
I get it. I think it's just a great thing for kids to learn musical instruments. I didn't, so I wasn't very much interested in it either. But I think it's one of those kind of things you have to start at a young age to get them interested in it. And my family was never really musically, I would say talented, but interested.
I think that is the classical way of thinking about it. But to be perfectly honest, if I wanted to try to play a new instrument tomorrow, I would just go buy one and start. Because it is harder the older you get, but it's not impossible.
Mm-hmm. It's just like training an old dog. It's like, it's not an old dog can't learn new tricks. It's just old dog takes longer to learn new tricks. Just simple that. Speaking of that, for those who are here, for those who are watching, short announcement. And I don't want to go too far into it. Our oldest dog is having problems. So in the next week or so, maybe a little bit more, depends on how things move about. The oldest of my dogs will be getting put down. So I hope y'all all will bear with me if I go silent for a while. And if I do go live on stream, I hope y'all will be there to support me, because I'm gonna need all the emotional support I'm ever gonna need, because he's literally my child in every single word. So just to throw that real quick out there, just in case somebody wonders what happens to me. Nothing. Just just dealing with some stuff. And we are doing DD tonight, right? We're nothing.
Let me confirm. She doesn't care, so I'm assuming yes.
Okay, because they're already in the Discord going, "Hey, what's going on?" And Cloud is like, "So," and I'm like, "Yeah, we D&D tonight." And then Sea Dragon says, "Let's go." So apparently they're excited.
Yeah, I mean, we still have that one campaign to finish where
The
we
one-off,
haven't
yeah.
decided what we're doing with the freaking statue. So,
Yeah.
and then when we finish that one, I'm gonna start DMing the other one that we discussed.
Yeah.
And Stealthy will get to be a player. Hopefully Sea Dragon doesn't get murdered because he eats her too much.
Yeah. So sorry, we've been missing live.
Let me tell you, do you want some info on the kids D&D?
Have they started it yet? Let's talk about that. Have they started it yet? Okay,
They started it. They
Yes,
started
yes,
it. They started it. So here's you some funny stuff. So the little one is obviously out of the gate. He's a prick.
Plays the character.
Of the gate, his character is a prick.
Okay. Well, let's ask this question real quick first. Since you're already doing it, do you think this is something a kid, even at his age, all parents should start doing their kids? Because like my parents, when I was growing up, they wanted me to stop playing pretend, right? They didn't want me to like you like a parent that do you think more parents should allow kids to play D&D?
I feel like it depends on your child.
On your child. Okay.
And the reason I say that is you have some children that you can manage their imagination. When I say manage, I mean they're not controlling it, but what I mean is you know that when the game's going, they know that's imaginary. When the game's off, that it's not, that it's real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have some children that can separate the two, and then you have some children that pretty much stay in an imaginary world at a young age. You don't want to start those in this because it's going to mess up with their perspective. Okay. It's going to mess with them because they're already walking around and imagining that they're seeing purple rhinos and pink butterflies. You know what I mean?
All right.
Then you put them in a game where it just heightens the ability to use your imagination, and now they're going to be walking around imagining that they're seeing beholders and elder dragons around every corner, and you run into the situation where you're like, well, why is your pillow tore to shreds? The dragon did it. No, the fuck it didn't. There's no goddamn dragon in here. Whereas my two nowadays they know that imagination is in the game, and when we come out of the game, don't try to tell me the fucking dragon tore up something in your room.
Yeah,
that shit ain't gonna fly. So it depends on your child, but for me, with a child that has the ability to know the difference between IRL and game, I don't see the harm in it because all it does is foster artistic imagination. And I think it helps.
To me, it would help somebody, even at a younger age, help them learn how to manage things better and be more quick thinking to situational problems.
Well, and another thing that, yes, again, that's going to depend on the child. That's a yes and no. That's going to depend on your child and what kind of personality your child has. And like with my oldest, I think it helps him to a degree with social interaction because he's always had a little bit of difficulty with social interaction.
Yeah.
But again, you still have to moderate him because not that he tries to be an ass or tries to be overbearing. He still hasn't gotten the sense of when it's appropriate for me to speak and when it's not, and what is appropriate for me, how forceful to be and how not to. But I think it'll help him overall. Because think about it like this: in the game, you can give him consequences.
Yes.
Especially if you're a parent and you're the DM, you can give them consequences. So one of the things that we do with them is like, if you get if we're in a discussionary situation and you start over talking someone else, you get a warning.
Okay.
The next time, the DM god is going to strike you for 5 hit points or whatever I roll the damn dice for. You know what I mean? There's going to be consequences. Granted, it's not physical to you, but it's going to harm you in the game.
Yes.
And I've noticed that because of them knowing those consequences, he's gotten a little better. I mean, he's not perfect by no means yet, but he has gotten better. But back to what I was saying, the little one right out of the gate took the whole aristocratic prick persona. I'm talking about voice. I'm talking about speech pattern. I'm talking about the whole fucking gambit.
Okay.
Right out the gate.
How many of them are doing accents?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. He was. Now the girl that's playing with him was doing a little bit of an accent.
Okay. Okay.
Of course, my oldest didn't give a flying fuck. He is going to speak the way he speaks. But it was funny because right out of the great gate, knowing that he wanted to be an aristocratic prick, because he told me up front he was going to be an aristocratic prick, and I was like, well, I was concerned because I'm sitting here thinking, you know, if you don't follow through with that, you don't play your character to that, I'm going to have to punish him for it. But let me tell you, he followed through perfectly. Because right out the gate, he had the other 3 members of his parties talking about serving his ass up to the first monster they came up to. Like,
I do declare, no, you will not.
You know,
I love it. I love it.
It was funny because they came up to this first situation before they even enter the forest.
A very southern way.
They have to decide how they're going to handle this living tree that is blocking the path. It will not let you enter the forest unless you give it a satisfactory answer to a question it asks you.
Here you clean dishes. No?
Of course, my youngest, being the prick he is, he just straight out throws out there, let's kill it. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, that's not going to do you any good, but he doesn't know this. I can tell him this now because they're past that point, but even if they killed it, another one would have took its place, and it would have just kept going infinitely. That was the way it was written. And then the girl and Stealthy started having a discussion about, well, what answer is he looking for? So they started asking him questions and getting bits and pieces of information from him, and they finally deduced what they thought the answer was that he wanted, and they got lucky and gave him the answer, and he stepped aside. And then on top of that, gave them clues to the locations of the shards that they're looking.
Okay.
So they start trucking along. What they don't know, which Stealthy knows now because she was in the room with me, was every so many turns walking down the path, I was having to roll a dice for random encounters.
Yeah, I love that.
And then I have a table that it is DM's discretion as to pick what monster they face, and then I roll a separate dice to see how many of that monster they face.
Again, I did not care.
So, they ran into a couple of not so friendly giant bats.
Okay, that's annoying.
And then they got to a path and decided we're going to split twosies. 2 go one way and 2 go the other way.
The other one said.
Okay.
They originally didn't want to. 2 of them didn't want to do that, but the other 2 did. So we rolled a dice, and the dice.
No, explain why you had to.
Because 2 of them didn't want to. 2 of them did, but nobody was given any ground or a persuading argument as to, you know, why.
Yeah.
So rolled the dice. They got split up. The 2 girls go one way. The 2 boys. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, about them fighting about it? Yeah. they were fighting about whether they were going to split up or not. That's why I rolled the dice.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I had to roll a dice to see who went with who. That's right, because they were fighting over who got to take stealthy.
Okay.
So, dice rolls roll out. The two girls end up together. The two boys end up together. They split. The two girls make it to another fork without incident. The two boys, they don't make it 15 feet. And they run into a horde of skeletons.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Understand when I say a horde, I'm talking about 7 skeletons. And there's 2 of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Which to their credit, they managed to survive, but they were licking wounds at the end of it. So the two girls, they go see their path and they decide, you know what? It's forks again. We're not splitting again. Let's go back and get the guys and tell them, hey, we found another fork, right?
Yeah.
So they start on their way back and they run into 2 winter wolves. No,
okay.
4 winter wolves. I'm sorry. There's 4 winter wolves.
Yeah. Okay.
It ends up surrounding them.
Wolf pack.
Now the boys are close enough. If they're listening, they might can roll perception and hear shit.
Yeah.
But before they can, the girls get surrounded and they are catching hell.
Yeah.
When the boys finally roll a high enough perception that they realize something is going on, so they go to investigate, my oldest decides that the thing for him to do to help these girls is to lob a chromatic orb in the middle of the wolves. But now, what did I say the wolves had done?
They
surrounded the girls.
Yeah.
So where does that orb land if it goes in the middle?
Was there no visual, like, representation?
No, he could see. He just didn't read. So he does good damage to the wolves, but unfortunately he does good damage to the girls.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Stealthy, the other girl would have died. Now at this point, we have swapped from wanting to kill the prick to killing the dumb one. So they decide to go back to the original crossroads because they've killed everything in like a 2-mile radius.
Uh-huh.
And I let them have a short rest. When they wake up the next morning, each one of them takes turns rolling to slap the one that threw the chromatic orb. Unfortunately for all 3 of them,
missed.
He is a barbarian monk, so he has high dexterity. So none of them could slap him. Then they decide to trail off down this trail, ultimately ending up at the first location that they discover, which is is not the least dangerous, by the way. They skipped the least dangerous, of course, because they didn't know where the hell they were going. At the hanging tree. And at the hanging tree they run into a 2 specters and a what the hell was it? A wraith. A wraith and 2 specters. Okay, now, granted, the Wraith and the 2 Specters had not seen them yet, because they're focusing on guarding this tree. So I give them opportunity attack, right? All 4 of them can launch an attack at one time, because they don't know they're there. And I want you to know that every fucking one of them missed. Which then alerted the Wraith and 2 Specters to their presence.
I know they're new to the game, but did anybody have like abilities to give like bard inspirations or give them like assistance and like a spell or anything like that? Was anybody ever like there to like?
Stealthy was the only one that had any. Stealthy was the only one that had any kind of buffing ability for anything.
Okay, yeah, it's probably the best to give her to her.
So Stealthy was playing a paladin.
Okay.
My youngest is playing a dragonborn wizard.
Okay, that's a nobility prick.
Then you have a barbarian monk.
Yotis.
Okay. And then the other girl is playing a human what is she playing? Fighter? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's playing no, a Genazi fighter.
Okay.
Okay. So everybody had some kind of ranged ability. You know?
Yes.
Everybody did.
Yeah.
But none of their ranged abilities hit shit. So then the battle ensued. People got close to death. Stealthy saved their ass.
Yeah.
People got close to death again. Stealthy saved their ass again.
Okay.
When the battle's finally over, this was the beautiful thing. The shard is in the top of the tree.
Okay.
So you have to climb to the top of the tree, and you have to dislodge this shard. But you can't just go, I pulled the shard out. You have
Roll
to
a
do
check.
2 rolls.
Yep.
You have to do 2 rolls. One roll is a strength check to see if you can pull it out. If you pass, whether you pass or not, the next roll is, I think it was a dexterity or a con, but either way, it was to see if you got cut when you did it, because it's a shard.
Yeah.
Yeah, the youngest decided he was going to be the first one to try to pull it out, and he failed both. And damn near died because of it.
Yeah, because the mage is the great strength person that shit tried.
So then my oldest, after investigating the bodies hanging from the tree and finding the magical ring of the ram, which is a fucking awesome ass ring, by the way.
I know what it is. I know what it is. Yeah.
He decides he'll go up there because he's the barbarian monk, right?
Yeah.
Passes both rolls with absolutely no problem. Poof, I have the shard. Here it is in my pocket. No. He has it because the other one gave it to him. He didn't pull it out.
The other failed the first roll, so he didn't pull it out, but he didn't get cut. Little man tried again and finally got it.
Oh, okay. I'm wrong. Little man failed. The oldest one tried to pull it. He didn't get cut, but he couldn't get it out, and then the wizard pulled it out finally. So, yeah.
Okay.
That's how it went. We left there. What I'm currently concerned with is the paths that are left from this location, unless they go backwards, is going to be beautiful. Because
try to spoil it for them. Try to be
I don't mind saying this because it doesn't say what's on the paths, but I will literally say that they have went so far away from the easy shards to get that you can't get no further away from them.
Okay. Couldn't get further away.
Which means the only shards they're close to are the big bad ones to get.
They might have passed up a few, right? You know.
I mean, they have to get them all to complete it.
Yeah.
But
you just went with the worst ones right off the bat instead of the easier ones, which you already passed.
Yeah, it literally was nobody's choice but the kids, because she was letting them make the choice and she was just trying to save their ass as they went.
Like it's one thing. Like, you're a new thing. You're new to D&D. Like if I was completely new to D&D, and it's a saying that I've heard before plenty of times. And I'm sure you heard it before. You know, you can only be good at things that you're just naturally good at, right? Like you can't be good at things that you're just not cut out for. People hear that all the time, and it's all right to be good at things that you're good at, and be good at those things, and be happy that you are good at it. But for D&D, like there's a lot of certain characters have that if you're new to D&D, you might not know you have it. So you have to learn that. Like, oh, this character, even my natural self, is not able to do that. The D&D character is. For sake of argument, barbarians, they're strong. Just strong. They can pull, they can throw, they're just bored. But but the monk, they have a lot of agility. They can jump high, they can run fast, they can rope wall. They're that the kind of person. But then the wizard should be the person going, hey, I have a lot of knowledge and I have a lot of firepower. Like that's what they're good at. And he's just knowing that, but then he's going, hey, I'm a wizard, but I'm gonna go take that thing that's from that tree that I need a lot of strength to go pull it off of, and hopefully I don't die from doing it. It's like
I will give him this. He managed to get it the second time he tried, but the first time he about died.
Yeah.
But what got me tickled?
I would let him die.
And this is just a someone that's played D&D. My barbarian monk didn't rage once. Not the entire time. And
with my skills.
And wait. My fighter,
yeah,
who has a long-ranged weapon, forgot she had the long-ranged weapon until the last fight they fought that time.
Okay. Second question for that one though. Did she even know she had second wind?
Yeah.
Okay.
She knows that.
Okay. She
because Stealthy clued her in. But she forgot all about her long range weapon until the Wraith thing popped up, and I was like, I'll let y'all do a long range attack. You all should have a long range attack. She's like, I'm a fighter. I'm like, you all should have a long range attack. She's like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, I'm sure she's not saying oh shit, but yeah. Darn, I didn't know that. Yeah, because not all the weapons are always to be equipped on you. For those who are new to or ever interested playing D&D.
Mr. Corvo, and you're awesome.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of miss and misters, and it's making me feel weird. She said Mister at one point, and I didn't acknowledge because I'm not used to being called Mister.
Mm-hmm.
And Stealthy was like, "Hey, she's talking to you." I'm like, "Oh, she was talking to me. My bad." Shit.
Yeah. So yeah, so if you're D&D, it's like you're a humanoid person. You can either have two weapons in one hand, which makes one-hand attacks, two-handed weapons, which makes one attack, big, or you can have a bow, and that can either be two crossbows or a two-handed crossbow. So it's kind of like that, but you can't have all your swords and all your shields and all your crossbows and all the things of that all over your body and going, I can do all of it one time. No, you gotta put up and take out, and then if your D&D DM doesn't give you the free action of grabbing it, well, you're gonna be doing a lot of I swap this for this and then wait your turn. But this is beginning action, so they could pull out a weapon and start off with that.
What I did find quite hilarious was I give them the same thing that Stealthy gives us is the free action to at least punch.
Mm-hmm.
Which
makes sense. I'm sorry.
They tried punching that Wraith so hardcore. They really did, because they would miss with their weapon. They'd try to hit that Wraith, and I'm like, I'm like, guys, like, this Wraith got resistances to piercing, bludgeoning, slashing. I mean, none of that damage is gonna.
Yeah, and you have a lot of melee class. Well, Stealthy is technically like a half cast. Only real cast you had was the mage. Everybody else was they're corporeal or corporeal. I don't know. Yeah, their bodies ain't solid, so it's really hard to get.
But
anything.
I will say the thing that I did find a benefit out of the oldest build, because he went barbarian monk.
Yeah,
he got some cantrips that were nice, like firebolt and shit. So he could Kamehameha,
Yeah. I really should try like a druid monk next time so I can set my fist on fire. Anyways, okay, so yeah, I think that's great. I think more kids should try it out. Yeah, you make a good point. Their heads are not in the clouds all the time. It's a great thing, and it helps them learn. I really do. I really think. I
think our next session might be tomorrow at lunch. I'm not sure. It's going to depend on how everybody feels tomorrow when they get up. But it was definitely interesting. I have to say, I find it funny that both of my children have been targeted for either sacrifice or being stabbed in the back or something while they're sleeping. So, you know.
You should make them make second characters just in case you decide, or not decide, just in case you accidentally kill one of them.
Oh no, there's no accident. I'm not pulling my punches with them at all. If they survive, they survive because they survive.
Like I said, it's accident that you kill them. You wouldn't kill them on purpose. It's an accident. 100%.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. There was not one of those fights that if Stealthy hadn't been there, that they wouldn't have, that they should not have died.
Permadeath, not like passing out death. Right?
Yeah, no. When I say permadeath, like, dude, I'm rolling a dice and it's saying, okay, encounter. Then I pick what I'm going to do from the table and then I roll a dice and it's like 7. I'm like, fuck, they got 7 skeletons? God damn. Okay. Click. They're like, dang, Dad. And I'm like, the dice said so, Bubba. Sorry.
The dice says no. All right. So, yes,
bend over and kiss it.
Yeah, so there will be D&D tonight. It will be the one-off completion, and then either a rollover to the next campaign or a halt into the next week. I do have other videos in the works. I'm going to try a different style of video this time. It's the same kind of, like, it's going to be manga-based. I need to do another anime news as well, but I'm going to try a different style and see how it goes, and if it does good, great. If it doesn't, well, I'll learn from it. I'm just hoping you've already subscribed. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment down below if you have any thoughts and opinions about something, or you want us to talk about something during the next podcast, or anything like that. None of the hot topics. Sorry, we're not that kind of podcast. We'll be going live within the hour. I'll make myself something to eat. I'm sure Corbin to do the same thing. So stay tuned. Within the hour, we'll be going live. And as always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all. Bye.
Bye, guys.